All right, fuck me. I almost recorded something without actually recording audio. Good thing I remembered that because now I have a streaming setup and a recording setup, and I have to remember those two. All right, so Cosmic Desktop has come out stable. Doesn't really matter to me right now. I'm waiting on an on-screen keyboard. Once there's an on-screen keyboard, I'm gonna get more actually like involved in the development, so that's gonna be cool. Something I wanted to talk about today, though, because DuckDuckGo back in the news. And as per usual, you'll get people that say, well, DuckDuckGo has a good feature set, but they're not completely unbiased. And I'm gonna show you why this statement isn't entirely accurate. So, this is actually really easy to explain now with the advent of AI, because you may have seen in your search results that you have AI that just makes fucking shit up. And it just like hallucinates the wrong information, makes up quotes, just gives you bad info. It's happens to me all the time. I have to actually double check everything the fucking AI says. You know, even like shit shit that should be easy. Like, is the old school RuneScape Christmas event coming out right now? And it will say yes, it is. It is from December 9th, and it turns out it actually comes out on December 10th. Just didn't fucking like, where'd you pull that from your fucking ass or something? Like, what the fuck is this? From the search results? Are you just pulling for bad search results? I don't know. Well, anyways, I was using DuckDuckGo right before they made that change, so I actually have firsthand experience with this. And so people will say it's unbiased because DuckDuckGo has come out and said they are going to combat misinformation. Now, remember what I just said about AI, that it gives you a lot of misinformation? Yeah, they predicted that. But there was already a problem with something called SEO, search engine optimization. And so what you would have is you would have these really, really inflammatory websites that would just post the most insane shit. Like, it would just be outright lies. You'll see this on YouTube sometimes too, actually. If you look up, there was like a news report saying Obama got arrested, and Obama didn't actually get arrested, so the video was actually just a normal news cycle. And that was in their live section. Like, if you browse YouTube the way normies do, you will actually find a lot of actual disinformation. Like, shit that no matter what fucking side of the argument you're on, it's just flat out false. Like, it's just lies. They go on the internet and lie. I can't believe it. Well, anyways, I was getting shit in DuckDuckGo when I tried to look up things that would say Hillary Clinton has been arrested and is being transported to Guantanamo Bay from realrawnews.com. Now, obviously, this was fucking false. Everybody fucking knew it was false. So, like, I was like, how does this shit get to the top of the search results? What the fuck did I look up that I was specifically looking for this or something? Like, no, I wasn't. It was just SEO'd all the way up to the top, just bullshit. Like, actual straight up misinformation. And what's happened though, this is kind of why I say I do not like the radicalization pipeline. I do not like the effects that it has on people. I do not like how it is counteracted. I think that a lot of the arguments are horrible. And part of the reason this is because we have entered a world where nothing is outright false. It is either correct or controversial. So, like, literally, I can tell you 2 plus 2 equals 5, and that is no longer a false statement. That is a controversial statement. So you have this worldview that people get into when they go down this pipeline, where they start to realize that things that they believe opinions are no longer. You will be told that your opinion is false or misinformation. And this can be true to an extent, but generally speaking, people are attacking people's worldviews. And honestly, you can't really argue worldview with somebody. You're not going to get very far. So, I don't really like that whole thing about political debate, but there is things that you can say that are lies. And so what it comes to is people believe that if you're combating disinformation, it means you now have a political bias because you are ignoring the other half of the argument. Now, again, there are not two binaries. Like, that there is not a binary, a true and a false, a left or a right. There is in fact infinite possibilities that you can have on any view or opinion or anything. And there may be one truth, like 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a truth, Uh, but you can say 2 plus 2 equals 5, 2 plus 2 equals 6, 2 plus 2 equals 7, and all of those can be wrong. But if there is the way how it would be controversial is if there's a mathematician that says, well, technically this is a floating point value or something, so it's actually 2.00001 or something, it's some like Python shit, or I use Java as my calculator, whatever the fuck it is, you know? So you can have things that are true and false, or opinions, but it is possible that you can spread misinformation on the internet. I have been accused of that many times. Now, obviously, it is the things I'm being accused of misinformation. I sometimes have a good source for it, or I've at least talked to people who are more well versed on it. But yeah, I mean, I am capable of saying 2 plus 2 equals 5 on the internet. So that's kind of what I wanted to tell you today is when you hear the word misinformation, it does not always mean that somebody is ignoring your side. It can, and we have seen it used that way in the past. But what ends up happening is there is actual, like, straight up hallucinations going on the internet, and, like, just fake shit being posted for no reason other than to make money, you know? This is the world you have chosen with AI. This is the way things are going. So, uh, it is a good thing that we decided to combat this earlier because it is helping now with AI. Where you have all these like just fake fucking results and people just saying the most fake shit known to man. So that's kind of what I wanted to say today is there there's a difference between being unbiased and the misconception people have is you take in every bit of information possible, including all of the infinite falsehoods that it can be, and then you consider the falsehoods to be controversial or you know because that's really what I like. We can get in more into the radicalization pipeline and how people deal with that and how it has spectacularly backfired. But that's not really a topic I need to get into on this channel. Basically, that's what I'm saying though, is if you weren't around DuckDuckGo back when there was actual bullshit being posted like SEO nonsense, you probably won't understand why they had to do it. But yeah, there is actually, you do have to combat just bullshit search results being on your search results. That's how malware gets spread through Google, is because they don't combat their bad search results. There's many ways you can twist this, basically. Like, you can apply this statement to a lot of different things. So if you go ahead and think about that, just think about what I said there, that you can be unbiased without lying, you know? And you you can probably find ways to apply that to just about any field, or whatever philosophy you want to think of. But that's really all I wanted to say. Thanks.